Hello all. Today I will demonstrate you how to pick the contact and pick the respective name into edit text using Android Kotlin. So let's start developing Android Studio project. First of all, you can click on Start New Android Studio project. Then you can choose the empty activity. Then you can click on Next. Here you can just provide the name of your application. I'm just giving the name of my application is Pick Contact Demo. Then you can choose the language that you want to choose. I'm just choosing the language that is Kotlin, and then you can click on Finish. Let me clear again what I want to do. I want to take a two edit text. In one edit text, I want to allow the user to click on that particular edit text, and whenever user click on that particular edit text, I want to choose the particular contact, and whenever I choose that particular contact, I want to load the respective name into another edited text. So let's start with the design first. You can just move to your activity main.xml, and here you can click on show system user interface. Now here you can just click on split, and you can simply remove this text view. Now here in text, you can just choose the any text. I'm just taking the plain text. Here you can just move drag and drop, and then you can click on the info constraint, and then in this edit text you can just give the hint, that is pick the contact. So whenever user click on that particular edit text, I want the allow user to choose the contact, but I want to put here one icon also. So here you can just move to your project, and then you can click on resource. Here in drawable, you can just right click, and you can just choose the new, and that is vector asset. Here in vector asset, you can click on this clip art, and then you can just simply write for the contact, and then you can just choose the contact symbol, and then you can just click on the OK. Here you can just give the name of your image, that is I want to give the name that is contact, and then you can click on next and finish. It will create the context.xml file over here. This is the contact symbol. Then you can use the same into your edit text using the property, and the property is write drawable. So here you can just use the drawable write, and you can give the contact.xml reference over here. So you can just simply find that here the contact symbol, contact image is there in this my edit text. Now I want to take one more edit text. I just want to give the name of this edit text is ed number. Now you can take one more edit text over here. I'm just taking drag and drop one more edit text, and that will be the for the edit text of contact name. So here you can just click on that name, and then here in text you can just give the hint. I'm just giving the hint that is it is a name of the user, right? And here you can just give the edit text name is ed name. So what I want to do, whenever user click on that particular edit text, I want to open the contact, and then I want to select that particular contact. Whenever I select that particular contact, I want to load into name. Let's just check into emulator how this screen, how this design is looking like. See here, you can see that this is the pick contact and name. Whenever I click on this pick contact, I want that it should open the contact, right? Contact list. So to do this, very simple. You need to write the code into your main activity.kotlin. Here you can just simply write, that is what, edit text, that is the name of your edit text, that is ed number dot set on click listener. It means whenever user click on that particular edit text, what you want to do, I want to open the intent. So you can just create the instance of variable I, and then you can just call the intent constructor, in which you can simply pass intent dot action underscore pick. Now what kind of value that you want to pick, so you can simply set the type. I dot type is equal to contact contract is the inbuilt class, dot common data kinds, dot font, dot content type. So my content type is set to contact. Then you can simply start the activity. So I'm just starting the activity, but for the result, so you can just simply pass the intent name, intent variable, and then you can pass the request code. Here you can pass any request code, but for that particular request code you need to match the condition. So I'm just passing here 111. You can simply execute your application, and you can see that whenever you execute this application, it will asking you for the to choose the contact. See, whenever I'm just clicking on this pick contact, here you can see that it is asking me to pick the contact. For example, if I pick that Ankit Phaldu, so Ankit Phaldu contact should be loaded over here, and Ankit Phaldu name should be loaded over here. But it is not possible. Why? Because I already defined as intent, but I not define the activity for result function. And for that you need to override the function, and that function is on activity result. Here in on activity result, you can just write the condition if request code is equal 111. It means it will match with this request code. Here if you write 123, then you need to match with 123. If the request code is 111 and result code equal activity activity dot result underscore okay, it means if the user has selected that particular contact, then we need to grab the number and name both, right? So here you can simply define the variable contact URI for that. So I'm just declaring the variable that is contact URI is equal to, now whatever you select. See, for example, if I click on this pick contact, so if I select that Ankit Phaldu, for example, so Ankit Phaldu content data will be available in this data variable. So you can simply write like this, data question colon, and then you can simply return. Why? Because see, if the data is there, then select the data. If data is not there, then return. For example, if user click on pick contact, but if user is not picking the contact, and if without picking the contact I'm just moving the return back, then the data will not be there. And if the data is not will be there, then simply return from that particular URI. Now what are the columns that you want to retrieve? So I'm just declaring variable columns is equal to, and here you can just define the array of contact contract dot common data kinds dot phone dot what you need. I need a number first, then contact contracts dot common data kind dot phone dot, and the second column that I need, that is display name. So I need two columns. One is a number, another one is name. Now you can simply write a cursor to retrieve the data. So you can simply create the instance of cursor is equal to, that is rs is equal to content resolver dot, you can fire the query, and this query function return the cursor data type. So you can simply call the query function in which you need a URI. So I'm just passing the contact URI that we had created here, that is contact URI, and then we need the columns to select. So I'm just passing the list of the columns, and then here you can just pass the condition. Suppose if you want to select the specific contact, then you can write the condition over here. But if you want to select all the contact, then you can simply pass the null in the selection argument. If you have not selected any data, it means if I have not written the where clause, then no need to pass the selected argument. Do you want this data in which order? From A to Z, or Z to A, or by number wise sorting? So what kind of sorting you want? If you want to want the sort in descending order of the name, then you can simply pass the value over here in this sort order. If you are passing the null, then it will display the context name wise from A to Z. Now if rs, that is the result set, that is cursor data type dot move to first, it means if the data is selected by the user. If the data is selected by the user, then we need to set the value inside our edit text. So I'm just writing what id number dot set text, and the value will be available in my 0th index, that is in number. So you just need to write like this, rs dot get string of 0, and then you can just do the same thing with your another column, that is ed name dot set text And here you can simply pass rs.getString of 1. Now you can just simply execute your application and you can just test it is working properly or not. So you can see that whenever I click on this pick contact, it will asking me to select the contact. If I am not selecting the contact, it will not load any contact. But if I select the contact, for example Ankit Faldu, then the number and name is loaded over here. Suppose if I select again, if I click and if I choose the Parag Shukla, then the contact number and name of that particular guy will be loaded over here. So this is the way you can pick the contact and you can pick the name and contact into respective edit text using this intent and using that is contact contract dot common data kind class. That's it from my side. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all.